Alrighty. Welcome back. I think we're up and running here. Alright, cool. Alright, we are back. Back again for some more Pokemon Run and Bun. Coming off the heels of a crazy previous session where I made one little miscalculation on the rival battle and ended up dodging a whole ton of fiction. Well, not really fiction. Dodged a whole lot of truly possible bad things and ended up still coming out deathless, which I just don't know how I ended up doing that, but yeah, we did that. So this is going to be just a shorter stream. There's still 2 more battles left until you get to Fortree City. Both of them are still in the thunderstorm, so the rain and electric terrain. So I just want to get those 2 battles out of the way, make it to the city so I could start prepping for Winona's gym. But these couple fights are still nothing to snuff at. You know, they're still in the terrain conditions, so yeah, I want to get these 2 fights done and then kind of call it there. So it's only 2. I already have the first one prepped. It is a double battle, and I'm pretty sure I have everything prepped out exactly to how I need it to. So yeah, and I prepped a little bit of the following fight, saw a little bit of that one too, so yeah, we're just gonna do those for this evening, this Halloween evening. So yeah, it's just up here, these 2 battles up ahead here, so let me go in and save really quick. Let me just triple check my line here, making sure I didn't forget anything. Let's see, 66. 95 HP on Omastar, holding an item. Yeah. So that's good. You, yeah. So we should be good here. Let me triple check my items. Life Orb, no item. Iron Ball, no item. All right, cool. All right, this should be good. Let's go ahead and do this here. So Ninja Boy Yasu and guitarist Fabian would like to battle. Alright, so this battle is still in the permanent rain and electric terrain, which the team takes advantage of. Basically, the bandit here, it's holding a Focus Sash, it has Cursed Body, and it's got Icy Wind, Will-O-Wisp, it wants to do annoying things to you. And then on the other side, we got a Jolteon here that's just got a Life Orb, does crazy damage with Thunder. But right now, my Scythematoad does have Swift Swim, so it is faster. And even faster than the Jolteon. And I can outspeed and one-shot it with a Life Orb boosted Earth Power. And as it does that, the Bayonet, because I've pre-damaged my Delmise sees a KO with only Shadow Sneak. So I'm gonna swap my Delmise into my Omastar on that Shadow Sneak. So there's a Shadow Sneak, attacks my Omastar, and then this will KO the Jolteon. Alright, so Jolteon goes down. Take a little bit of Life Orb. And this is gonna bring in their Obstagoon. Alright, so this Obstagoon, he's got a normal gem with Retaliate and Frustration. Does a ton of damage. He can one-shot my Seismitoad, but my Seismitoad outspeeds it. So it's gonna rather want to KO my Omastar because it's faster. And then I pre-damaged Omastar, holding an item, so now Bayonet only sees a KO into my Omastar with Poltergeist. So with the Life Orb, 2 Liquidations are going to be able to KO this Obstagoon here. So I'm going to attack once with Liquidation, and I will Protect on the 2 incoming attacks. So Liquidation. So Close Combat. And Poltergeist. Perfect. Alright, so now, again, Obstagoon and Bayonet are only attacking the Omastar side. So I'll be able to outspeed and take out the Obstagoon before it can attack. Which means Omastar is going to be taking a Poltergeist, which allows me to swap into my own Obstagoon, which will take 0 damage. Alright, so there goes the Obstagoon. Take a little bit more Life Orb. And then Poltergeist, but it'll fail. Alright, cool. So now, we just have the Bennett side left. So, it still has its Focus Sash, but my Seismitoad and my Obstagoon both outspeed it. So we can just KO it with 2 attacks. It does have Cursed Body, so I want to be careful which attacks I use in case they get disabled. So I'm going to use Liquidation with Seismitoad and Knock Off with Obstagoon. And the Bayonet could go for Shadow Sneak on my Seismitoad because it sees its highest damage. But even with a crit and the Life Orb damage I'm taking, I'll still always live. So we'll go for Liquidation plus Knock Off to take this out. Alright, and it didn't Shadow Sneak. Perfect. So it lives, but again, this will KO. And there's a Cursed Body, but it's perfectly fine. So now all that's left is a Cast Form. Which will turn into its Rainy form. And this thing also has a Focus Sash, but again, both my Seismitoad and Obstagoon outspeed. So, let me see here. Combination of Life Orb boosted Earth Power from Seismitoad plus a Facade will always KO this thing. So we'll go for Earth Power and Facade, and this should take us out. Alright, nice Facade. Perfect. Alright. Really good. So first of the 2 fights down. Just one more until Fortree City. Jorge, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome. Happy Halloween. Hope you're doing alright today. Alright, so let's go back and heal and save. Alright, so now we just have one more fight. So, and again, it's still in the rain plus electric terrain. So, still have to account for those things. So let's take a look at the calcs for a quick second. We got this one here. Let me adjust the... Let me see here. Let's see. Ninja Boy Gren, who does have an Ash Greninja. So that is a thing. It's but it should be fine. I think I have a good setup for it. Yeah, I already took a quick look at it. Yeah, the plan was it's got Fortree, Fortress lead with Sturdy, so we can just go Fake Out plus Overheat with Infernape, which would always bait Greninja, going always for Surf. Which means we could go... Primarina is a perfect counter for this guy. I could pivot to something else first, just to make sure it takes less damage or something. Yeah, I could go like, I could go Kingdra first to bait a Dark Pulse, just so that it deals less damage. And then we could 1v1 with, oh yeah, no, this is not an Ash Greninja. Regular Greninja. Yeah, this will not deal that much. And then we could take it out with 2 Draining Kisses. This would always bait Togedemaru for either Zingzap or potentially Steamroller. It does have Sturdy as well with a weakness policy. So we could go... I have a couple good counters to this. I could go Seismitoad and then KO with like a Boom Burst into Earthquake. And then I'm not sure if that would bait Ditto or not. This fight is a little weird with the Ditto AI. I messed it up the last time, so... But it should be Dusknoir. For either Shadow Sneak or Revenge. So I could just go... I could KO with, probably... Life Orb, Poltergeist, which will one-shard so it doesn't get swapped out, because of it does have a red card. As long as Seismitoad's not holding an item, it'll never bait Poltergeist. So we could do that, which would probably bait the Ditto. which would transform into my Bascule Legion. And if that were the case, and it does have Swift Swim, but I could just counter with something like Delmise. Yeah, I can even pivot again to Kingdra, then to Beta Superpower, take no damage. KO with a couple Grassy Glides or Phantom Forces. Yeah. Yeah, so this looks good to me. So yeah. KO Fortress, Fates, Greninja, Surf into Kingdra, then to Primarina to 1v1, bait Togedemaru into Seismitoad, KO with Boomburst into Earthquake, bait Dusknoir, go to Bascule Legion, Life Orb. Let's see. It will go for Shadow Sneak. So this Dusknoir could go for Shadow Sneak on my Bascule Legion. That'd be a problem because then I could die to 2. So that's not a good option. I could go maybe Gliscor? Yeah, because I could knock off the red card, getting rid of it, won't causing it not to switch out, and then let's see. Or I could go Drapion as well. But then that would change what Ditto turns into. Let's see. Probably Drapion would be better, because then I would always KO with 2. Oh, but the problem is that if I hold a Cherry Berry, then he could go for Poltergeist. Oh, but that doesn't do that much damage. Let's see. Let's see if I go Drapion. and Ditto turns into that. I could just go Excadrill. Oh yeah, if it's Drapion, I have some options. The problem is I still don't know if the Ditto will come out against my Seismitoad. Let's see, if it is Seismitoad, then I would for sure need a grass type to counter it. Because that thing would be a demon. And it is holding a Quick Claw too. Yeah. Because let's see, the AI, the switch in for, let me see, post KO switch in, Ditto is always +2 by default, but I think the other things are additive here. But the Ditto, because my Seismitoad shows that it could one-shot, so it shouldn't be Ditto. Yeah, Ditto would be at -1. But if it is additive, then it would be +1. So let's see, let me check Drapion, if it's Drapion. Yeah. This could be a tough one. Yeah, let's look back. Because if I KO, Togedemaru with Seismitoad, the Dusknoir is slower and gets out-damaged, so it'd just be default. So I think it might be... It might actually be Ditto coming in on my Seismitoad. Which, if that's the case, I for sure need a grass type to counter. I could try to think about using something else. Let's see. I could go Excadrill. potentially on the Togedemaru. Yeah, I can KO with like rapid spin into high horsepower. Yeah, the Ditto AI is so weird. I'm still not really sure how it's supposed to work. I think I need to... So complicated. Yeah, I definitely need to bring something. If I do use Seismitoad, I have to bring something. Let's see, what if I used Excadrill though? What would be some good counters? Excadrill would be a bad thing to have, yes. No, I shouldn't use that. Alright, yeah, no Excadrill, that wouldn't be good. Yeah, I could just bring Delmise. If it is gonna be Ditto on my Seismitoad. But then I would need to figure out how to deal with, if it's not, I need to figure out how to deal with, a Dusknoir. So I probably need to bring something other than... I mean, I guess I could still... I think I would just have to bring someone other than Kingdra, I guess, just in case. So, no swapping on a Surf on the Greninja. Just go directly to... go directly to Prim. Which is still bait out Togi. Go to Seismitoad. If it is Ditto on Seismitoad, then I just counter with Delmise. If it's not, then I counter with Drapion. Which, if it is Drapion, then I can just counter that with Excadrill. Because my Excadrill can deal with the Drapion pretty well. Alright, so I think that's the game plan here. Alright, well I guess we'll figure out what the AI ends up doing with the Ditto. And then I should probably bring a Citrus for him in case of multiple crits. Yeah. And then no item on Seismitoad. I think no items on anybody. Well, actually, Cherry Berry on Drapion or Dusknoir. Alright, so this should be good. Hopefully. Let's go ahead and prep this now. Alright, so we need Excadrill in the back. Bring up Brim. Keeping Delmise. We're leading Infernape. And we're bringing Drapion. Alright, and then for items, Citrus, Cherry Berry for Drapion in case of Thunder Punch paralysis, and Citrus on Prim for more heals. Alright, and that should be it. Yeah, so let's look through one more time. KO you, bait you. Go you. Bait you, go you. If it's Ditto, go to Delmise. If it's Dusknoir first, then go Drapion. And then after Ditto on a Drapion, then I'd go Excadrill. Alright, good. Alright, so this should work. Let's go ahead and do this so we can make it to Fortree. Yeah, so this will be good research for... Oh, I get some berries here too. Oh, not yet, because there's a Kecleon on there. Alright, so let's save. And we'll check on my items. Citrus. Oh, I want to no life orb on. Good thing I checked. No life orb for Seismitoad, but Cherry Berry and then no items. All right, let me triple check the line one more time, making sure I have everything. Everything looking good. Yeah. Alright, I think we're good. It's always a little nerve-wracking, but we should be fine. Ninja Boy Grin. Alright, we got one more fight in rain plus electric terrain. Starting off with a fortress here with sturdy and a custap and explosion and all that jazz, so we're just gonna fake out into overheat to start off. Even in the rain, this overheat will always KO. What's up, Lisbeth? Welcome, welcome. Happy Halloween. Hope you're doing alright. Alright, so overheat, we'll take this out. And this will always be bringing in Greninja. Yep, there we go. And this Greninja does have Battle Bond, so if it KOs one of your mons, it turns into an Ash Greninja and does crazy damage in the rain with Surf, Water Shuriken, all that. Right now, it only sees a KO on my on my Infernape with Surf. So it's always gonna go for that. Elizabeth, I'm playing a modded version of Pokemon Emerald called Pokemon Run&Bun. It's a modded version to make the game extremely difficult, and I'm doing a special challenge for it, where if a Pokemon faints in battle, I can no longer use it. So, yeah. Very complicated way of playing Pokemon. So, Greninja is going for Surf. I have a perfect counter in my Primarina, which can take the Surfs pretty well. So there's a Surf. Alright, and then we are going to KO. I could one-shot with Moonblast, but I'd rather use Training Kit so I can regain some HP. So we're going to do that here. Got a Citrus also for heals as well. Alright, so this will bring it down pretty low. And we'll take it out with one more Draining Kiss. I'm playing it using an emulator right now on my computer. So this will take it out. Should leave us with a good amount of HP, which is pretty good for what's going to come in next. So this should always be baiting in Togedemaru. Yep, perfect. So this Togedemaru, because of the HP I regained, it only sees a KO with the move Zing Zap, which is an electric type move. So I can swap into my Seismitoad to take no damage from this attack. Yep, so there's a Zing Zap. Alright, and this Togedemaru has Sturdy, so it could always live on 1 at full HP. And it's got a weakness policy, so if you use a super effective move, it doubles its attack. So I do not want to use a ground type yet. I'm going to first do some damage using Boom Burst, as it's most likely going to go for Steel Roller, which will also get rid of the terrain. Yep, so Steel Roller will take it pretty well. Alright, so it's still raining. It's currently almost gonna be 9 o'clock for me. 9 o'clock at night. So now I can outspeed and go ahead and KO with Earthquake. And I'm not sure what's going to come in next. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here. If it's going to be a Dust Noir or a Ditto. I'm not sure. I've accounted for both. So let's see what comes in here. Okay, so it is Dust Noir. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Dust Noir or the Ditto was going to come in first. If the Ditto had come in first, I had some backup in case. So because the Dust Noir came out, right now it's always gonna go for either Shadow Sneak or Revenge. So I'm gonna swap to my Drapion, which could take those pretty well. Yeah, so there's our Revenge. I do have a pet. I have a pet dog. Her name's Bagel. She's not in the room with me right now, but usually when I'm streaming, I have her in the background. All right, so this thing is holding a red card, which allows it to switch out randomly if you attack it. But with the move Knock Off, it'll remove the red card without activating it. So we're going to do that here first. So red card gets knocked off. Okay, he's going to go for Poltergeist. Should take this pretty well. Right, and then I'm holding a Cherry Berry there, because it could go for Thunder Punch, which if it did, it would paralyze me, so the Cherry Berry would help with that. But now we can just go in and KO with another knockoff. Yep, as it goes for Shadow Sneak. Alright. So now, this does bring in the Ditto for last, which will transform into my Drapion. Yeah, so I accounted for, depending on which of my Pokemon this Ditto transformed into, I brought the best counters for it. So because it's Drapion, I'm gonna use my Excadrill to counter this thing. Alright. So I can just 1v1 this thing, and I could just go ahead and KO with a couple Earthquakes. Oh, or just one Earthquake. It's nice. Alright, and there we go. Pretty smooth. Alright, and with that, we are now out of the rain and into Fortree City. Really, really nice. Elizabeth, that's quite a lot of pets. 20 ducks. That's very interesting. Alright. So we're now at the location of the 6th gym. So I can start preparing for that. So yeah, those are the only fights I wanted to do for this evening. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up there today. So Elizabeth, I appreciate you tuning in, watching. I hope you have a great rest of your Halloween night. And yeah, if not, wish you the best. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and log off. Thanks to everyone who watched. I'll see everyone in my next stream.